Hey guys, we'll just wait for a few of you to get on here and we'll get going on how to do the vinyl tiles with the knockout names. Super easy to do. I made this gift for my parents for Christmas and it was a big hit with them. And the good thing about this design is it's super customizable. You can do the names, and I know that Shauna did one that said Merry Christmas, so you know you're not limited to just the names on the tiles. I wanted to also, while we're waiting on a few people to get in, I know we've got a few people coming in, I just want to welcome everybody. Thank you for being so supportive. I'm so super excited to have you. We've got two admins, Shauna and Elizabeth, and they are here to help you. They've been working kind of behind the scenes really hard this week to get everything going. And when we get finished, Shauna has a written out detailed instructions of this, and there's also a PDF file that Elizabeth has made in the files section. So if you're a visual learner, we've got the live. If you are need to read it, we've got the PDF. So I'll go ahead and bring up my design space. If you guys want to work along with me, you can do that too if you want to go ahead and log on. So I'm going to switch over to the computer here. All right. So I know y'all hear the baby. She's recovering from the flu this week. She should be good. You may hear her whining kind of on and off. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go over here to the text and start with the last name first. I use Times New Roman for this because it's a good bold font. You can do a good knockout design in that. A couple other ones that may be good is like Impact. Any of the computer fonts really that come standard. And I'm going to go ahead with the last name. So can you guys see the computer okay? If you'll just let me know. Alright. Bringing that nice and big here. Now, you can see that it is already a good bold print, but I need to move my letters closer together. So I'm going to go over here to letter space, and I'm going to shrink that. I'm going to decrease and make it where I'd like it. We want them almost touching. So the next font in this is I Love Glitter, and I'm going to go ahead and bring up another text box. Alright. And you're going to do an open bracket for the first swash. The name, underscore, the name, and the close bracket for the last swash. So you see here, a lot of the script fonts, probably 99% of them, they're going to start out and they need to be moved closer together. So we're going to go back to letter space here. And just get it to wherever you like, your preference. And the most important part of this design, and this is where a lot of people have messaged me, is we've got to weld it. You'll see down here on the right on design space, we have a couple different options here. And I'll go live another day and talk about each one of those options. First we have slice, we have weld, attach, flatten, and contour. We're going to go with the weld. So you can see here, I was trying to make this mistake because I know a lot of you will run into this. You can see that it has closed my letters off. So when I go to print this vinyl, those letters are going to be closed, and that's what we don't want. So the thing with Weld is it's like super glue. You can undo it as long as you have not saved your project, but once you've saved your project, you cannot unweld. So let me go back. I can hit undo. And I'm just going to want to scoot those letters out and try again. Weld again. And see, now they're not closed off. Alright. So I'm going to fit where I would like this to go. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click print. Don't let that scare you. We're not going to print. But when we do that and we click make it, it's going to give us our pre-made shadow. Click continue. Just keep on acting like you're going to send that to the printer, even though you're not. I don't even have my printer hooked up, so I've heard that Design Space is closed, you guys. I've heard that a lot of people are on it because of the weather, all the snow. Send to printer. Okay, so here you see, hey Siobhan, we have our shadow. So when I say make sure that the bleed is on, here's the bleed, and the bleed is your shadow. So see, when I unclicked it, it goes back to where your letters are normally, but we don't want that. We want to make that good, thick knockout. So I'm going to go ahead and click bleed, and it automatically is going to be on there. I'm going to right click, save image. I'm going to save it to my desktop so I can find it. And I'm just going to get out of there. There's my image. Okay, cancel. Cancel the cut, go back to my canvas. Okay. So now we want to go ahead and bring that back in. Yeah, Shauna, if you leave the bleed out, I've done that, and that's where I didn't get the knockout as thick as I wanted it to be. But yeah, it should be automatically in there. Okay, simple image, continue. We're just going to clean it up here. Get out all the extra lines. We only want that shadow. Okay. I'm going to save it as a cut image on the right side. Insert. Okay, and of course, you know, we're going to have to resize it here. I'm going to move my other name. Don't need that right now. Let's see, I've got that 7.4. Let's make that the same. Okay, straighten it up. Okay. Okay, so now to slice, you can only have 2 images at a time to slice, and that's what we have here. We have the one shadow and we have the name behind it. So I'm going to select those 2, and I'm going to come down here and hit slice. And what I like to do is just only move away the big name. Oh, there we go. And then get rid of our other layers. And ta-da! We have our knockout. So, I'm going to move this name back into it. And from here, you just kind of play with your preferences. You know, you can change the size of your name, move that around to however you'd like it to look. I think I've got it offset here. Okay. So my next step is I would add the established, change my letter size down, and this is just a matter of preference at this point. What fonts you'd like to use, whatever you'd like to include. I know for my dad graduated from the University of Alabama in 1977, so she's going to do a roll tide. We're going to do a big, thick tide behind it, a roll through the middle, and then at the bottom we'll put class of 1977. So I'm going to go ahead and just go back with the Times New Roman for the name, for the numbers. I use different font for the tile. Nope. But just preference. Okay, and there we have it. Super easy, you guys. Let me flip it around. Oops. Okay. So, this tile came from Lowe's. It's ceramic. It's super sturdy, and I just tied some twine around the side here. And you can embellish it with whatever you'd like to do. This is one printed piece of vinyl. This prints along with the rest. Yeah, so I would go ahead, I would select all of this because I know that this is what I'm going to print, and I'm going to weld it. And now my project is good to go. Alright, so I hope that helped you guys. Like I said, I just say again, welcome to the group. Every one of you are new. I hope you guys can get what you need here, and we're here to help. So thank you so much for watching, and if you have any other questions, just let me know. Y'all have a good night.